today. My poem's about it's about an experience, a relationship I had, which was just a friendship. It wasn't really that deep. And the name of the poem is actually, well, I might rename it. It's actually The Deep and the Shallow, but I might rename it as well, it will be around the deep and shallow, so it will be something.
What are you writing about today?
Stereotypes.
Of it's in society in general, right?
Yeah.
How are you finding it?
Good.
Good, yeah? You've wrote on a bit already? Yep. Just write a little bit, it's got more to go. This is Tally. What are you writing about?
I'm writing about school and how someone that's in school has a different perspective to people that look at the school and their perspective, so
Okay.
different sides.
Good.
I never got to say goodbye or tell you that I care. I never knew you felt hurt, alone and scared. You left without a word, just like your screams that were never heard. I never understood your pain until the blade slit your vein. You said you were fine and how we should give you some time. To me, you was lying. I knew you was dying. You was a strong young girl, so why'd you turn to suicide? Did it put the pain aside? Why couldn't you reach out and confide? I could have helped the pain subside. Maybe you wouldn't have died. But I suppose you're in a better place, not feeling misplaced. I don't know why you did what you did, but hey, who am I to judge? You know I'm not one to hold a grudge. Why didn't you just say? There was no need to be afraid. But now you're gone. What's done is done. I still remember the days we joked and had fun. You always have a place in my heart, even when we're two different places split apart.
Today I'm writing about inequality and how inequality comes about and the effects it has on society. And that's basically it, really.
I've just finished recording a poetry piece that I'll be performing on Friday at Poetry Love. It was to a piano instrumental. It felt good, you know. It's the first time I've actually recorded a poem in the studio. About a friendship, relationship that I had with a friend. Well, whether we're still friends or not, I don't know. But I suppose we're still cool. But the actual concept of it's called Deep and Shallow, or The Deep and Shallow, and the actual concept comes from a quote from a philosopher, Friedrich Nietzsche. And what he says is mystical explanations are not even deep. As a matter of fact, they're not even shallow. And I've used that as a baseline, I've used that as like a punchline throughout the poem. The reason I used that quote as part of the poem is because I actually feel that the relationship I had was like, I learned a lot from it. It was just a friendship, nothing really, it was just a platonic friendship, nothing much really came out from it. Although I actually learned a lot from it, and it was almost quite mystical in the sense that I didn't see it as something that was that deep, but at the same time it wasn't that shallow. Well, you know, you live and you learn, and basically that's what the poem's about.
How have you been finding the workshop?
The workshop's good, you know, it's helped me project my voice more, it's helped me with my performance. I performed once before and I missed out a few lines in one of my spoken word pieces, but I'm feeling a bit more confident now with the workshops that I've been attending. I've attended 2 workshops, so yeah.
It's not that deep. As a matter of fact, it's not even that shallow. Just friends, I suppose. I remember I used to write her poetry and prose. I don't know. You live and you learn, you know. What I deemed and expressed as a perpetual love, in turn provided me with an experience of what superficial was. It's not that deep. As a matter of fact, it's not even that shallow. How interesting our conversations were. Platonic promises so misconceptions wouldn't occur. Okay, I concur. I was crazy in love with her. She had a burden and I was trying to lighten it. I had a void and I was trying to fill it. I know that I shouldn't have tried to force it. But just like a faucet, she turned her love light on and off. On and off. And my oh my, I was vulnerable to her brightness, her what's, her highness. It's not that deep. As a matter of fact, it's not even that shallow. Age ain't nothing but a number. But experience is something that we all conjure in different ways, at our own pace, time and personal matter. What could have eaten me up, swallowing me deep, digesting me into acid-spitting voles, shitting me out into the shallow waters, made me into the man I am today. Striving for balance.
How you doing? You lot alright, yeah?
Yeah.
So what did you do today?
Recorded my poem.
Is that the first time you've made any music? I mean, any poetry on like live recordings?
Yeah.
How did you find it? Was it scary or was it alright?
It was calm. Scary.
Scary? That's what I'm saying. So how have you been finding the workshop?
Yeah, it was fun and it was productive.
Has it been helping you with writing and performances?
Yeah.
Yeah? And would you continue doing poetry?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah? Okay then, thanks.
The man in the sky, the one who controls where we go when we die, whether it's Allah, Buddha or Christ, all depending on how much you lie. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a believer, does that mean I don't belong? Never liked the word atheist, but do I need to believe to be strong? How do you know there is a heaven and a hell? Did someone accidentally kill themselves and come back and say, guys, I just went to heaven? Or accidentally kill themselves and end up in hell? How do you know there is a man, God, protector in the sky? If he's up there, then why is it so many innocent people die? Children starve in Africa, or the 41 earthquakes in China, even the outbreak of Ebola. That's over 10,000 deaths. So why is it so many innocent people had to suffer? I'm sure they all prayed and begged for their life to be protected. They probably deserve to have stayed. So you're telling me God slayed for 6 whole days to create heaven and earth? But what was it really worth? All people do is sin. They lie, they kill, they steal, like it's nothing. I know some do it to provide and others do it to survive, but do you really think that's what the man in the sky created this place to live for? Did he intend for the poor to be poor, or the wealthy to be wealthy, or the unhealthy to be unhealthy? Why couldn't he make everyone well and happy? Is that really too much to ask? I don't even mean to sound sappy. How do you know what the devil looks like? Does he have horns that curve and form a spike? Is he bright red? How do you know he's just not an angry, misunderstood person that needs to take a few teachings from his own lesson? Is it right for children to feel pressured, being told God was perfect and all he did was heal? Should Ari be enforced and made so much of a big deal? Preachers standing on every corner giving away more Bibles than they do water, standing with their microphones screaming the holy vitals, spending more time on road than they do at home? Is this really how we're supposed to promote?